back. It's Wednesday, which means it's Boob Tube, and we're happy to return. Typically, we would be live, but this week, due to scheduling issues, we decided to pre-record because we love you guys so much. We wanted to make sure that we had a show ready for you. So without further ado, let me bring in my lovely co-hosts, Casey Carter and desirable Desiree Bottom. Hello, ladies.
Hey.
Yeah, I love it. I've missed you guys. You know what? I hate when we take a break because, like you've said in the past, Casey, like Wednesdays are like at 9 o'clock. You're like, I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something.
Doing something, exactly.
And then I feel like I'm missing out, like I'm not showing up for work or something.
It's awkward.
Like I'm
really
waiting for
don't
the
know
text.
what. It's like you don't know what to do with yourself in that moment. So
yeah, the whole hour, you're like, this hour is blocked out just for Boob Tube. So what do I do now? Anyways, well, we're here. It's been an interesting week.
It's always an interesting week.
I'm not gonna lie. This last week, I'm glad that we had Wednesday off because when I tell you life is stranger than fiction, the week that I've had has been surreal and I needed that little break. But it was still one of those moments where I was like, supposed to be doing something right now. So, Desiree, you're still here.
I'm still here.
Woo-hoo.
In the past.
Can we can we smuggle you to another place? Like if you move from one location to the other, does the time reset?
No, I don't think it does.
I don't think it works that way.
No,
but it's all good. I'll be back.
We didn't see you this time. You've been here 6 months and we didn't see you at all.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Desiree's like, whatever, bitch. I'll be back. Oh my goodness. But it is true though. It is, I think initially we were like, oh, Desiree's here. And I don't know about you, Kari, but it never dawned on me she was here for an extended period of time. I thought she was like, doing a drive-by. Yeah. And then we did like all the EXXXOTICAs. And then it's like, wait, hold up. You've been here the whole time. Why weren't you with us?
All you had to do was let us know, and we would have made it. We would have made it happen.
Clicked our heels 3 times and said, "There's no place like EXXXOTICA. There's no place like EXXXOTICA. There's no place."
That's
like
a commercial idea, Jay. I swear we need to. I'm gonna get. I have some. I think some red glitter Dorothy heels. I'm gonna dress up as Dorothy, and I'm gonna be like, "There's no place like EXXXOTICA," and then I'm gonna do like the where I fade out, and then I'm at EXXXOTICA. Woo! With a little basket of condoms. Now I just need the dog, Toto.
The little purse, yeah. Get a purse dog.
There you go.
Too cute.
I'll get the fake one.
That works.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant like a purse that was a dog, not like a pocketbook dog. Okay, got it.
You're like, got it. Oh my goodness. So I'm happy to be here. I love getting ready for EXXXOTICA, even though it's like crazy. And I've been working on like banners and graphics and all this kind of stuff so I can inundate Jay with more work.
Just kidding. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right about now as I'm staring at this website.
No. But you guys see the new logo and stuff. It's so dope.
I gotta remember to change it on
change
here.
It out. Yes,
I know. It's like I'm slacking. We've been looking at this brand new website for for the last like 2 weeks, and I'm about ready to start throwing some things out the window. It's done. Bueno. Now we're just waiting for the word that it goes live, and we will be off to the races. So it's going to be.
And let me tell you, Lorenzo is obsessed. When's the website coming out? When's the website coming out? I'm like, dude, I'm gonna need you to chill, okay? He's like, yeah, but the website though. I'm like,
You'll know when you go to EXXXOTICAexpo.com and then woo!
Can I be honest with you?
Pops up.
It doesn't even matter. He's already done all his hotel stuff. And I'm like, that's why I'm like, I'm not sweating this, dude. Because I asked him, he's like, well, the hotel. I'm like, didn't you book your hotel? He's like, yeah, but the hotel. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Well, we're him and Jason, and it'll be good to go.
As a matter of fact, shout out to Jason and Lorenzo and everybody else in the chat room. You know who you are. You know we love you.
Thank you. I'll be there live. I'll be in there with you guys. So you'll see me typing, and that will be in the future. I can predict the future. I'll be there.
Because this is in the past. And now you're going, wait, what do you mean this is in the past? I'm watching you in the present. I know.
Technology. Welcome to 2023.
Mind blow emoji.
We could do this whole episode with AI.
Oh, dude.
I've been down the rabbit hole. So even though it's not really TV or movie related, I've been down the rabbit hole of this new AI technology and how it's extremely problematic for our future. And the psychologist and like the inventor, like there was 4 people on a panel. It was a psychologist, an inventor, a medical doctor, and somebody else. And they were basically talking about how this new technology, like we've already noticed our current generation has gotten extremely entitled and extremely lazy. Like they don't want to work. They don't want to be productive members of society. We're supposed to just, supply, not all of them, of course, but this new generation is very reliant on technology and just, the new stuff that's out. So they were talking about how it's going to make us reliant on computer systems, which I mean, we kind of already are, but there's just like they're just going into this deep dive of how this is detrimental for our mental health. It's detrimental for our physical, like people aren't exercising as much, which I'm like, with technology, you can have a Peloton. So before, if you didn't have a gym membership, you're just kind of stuck at home with VCR tapes doing Staying Alive. Oh no, that's not the movie. The one with Olivia Newton-John and I don't know, whatever the workout one was from the 80s. Right. But anyways, yeah, it was just interesting. So I've been going down this whole AI thing, and it was showing you how you can literally click a button and write a complete book, a report for your schoolwork. Like you literally don't have to do anything but tell the computer what to do. And they were showing like how it creates problems with countries, because a country can create a deep fake, and this fake propaganda that will put people at odds. And that was the part that was like, holy shit. So yeah, rabbit hole.
I believe it or not, I downloaded that software to do the writing. Mainly not so that it could literally do the whole writing, but so that I could tell it what to write. Because
I've been using it. I've used it for the website. It's insanely helpful to be able to like create new just new verbiage for like how you write. It's one of those things that like I've written the same things over and over for 16 years, and it's really nice to be able to like have it rewritten and be able to like go through and do that kind of thing. I mean, I don't know, Kara, I don't know. My thing is like, your parents thought you were lazy. Their parents, they thought they were lazy. Like,
true.
They walked uphill both ways, like, and so everybody's got the best generation, and like we've got some dudes that are working with us now that, man, like some of the stuff that they do and computer wise that they can do is just beyond what we could ever have dreamt of. And so it's pretty wild to see. Like, now, ask me again when I'm 20 years older and another generation's come through, I'll probably tell you like otherwise. But it's, I don't know. I've really liked ChatGPT. It's been a great a great thing for us. Like, I've really enjoyed it.
Well, I can't remember the name of the one that I'm using, but believe it or not, my 70 some odd year old mom hipped me to it. She's like, I know you write those stories. this could help. I'm like, okay, thank you.
No, it's nice. It's really nice. I'm using it for like helping us with our blogs. What I'm saying is like there's there's like that's the part that's good because it takes your original thoughts and how you speak and like those things are just kind of enhanced.
Right.
There are parts of this AI that totally create things from nothing, fabricated, like basically a kid can go in there and be like, write a report about Russian communism. And then next thing you know, there's a whole report about Russian communism. So they don't have to do any of the work. There's no research involved. There's no actual work involved. It's literally just letting somebody else do your homework for you, except there's not a person, it's a computer. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of perks and things that make it things faster. Cause like for me, I get writer's block, especially when I'm deep in thought. And you would think that's the easiest time to write, but sometimes it's not. You get so wrapped up in a piece or a part of something that you can't get past that. It's like, it's real difficult sometimes for me. So it would be nice to just be like, tell a story about blah, blah, blah. And then it's like,
I didn't need any help cheating in college. I did it all myself. So it's,
you did it all yourself. Look at you.
I got caught cheating on a paper one time in college, and I was like, I full out plagiarism, and they were like, this is how stupid I was. After I got it, it said plagiarized, F, and so I go up to the teacher afterwards. I'm like, so just one question. Is an F a 50 or is it a 0? Because I was worried whether I was going to pass the class or not.
Oh
Luckily,
like,
it was a 50.
Do I get some points or no points? Because that's going to make the difference. Some points is cool. I can do some. Yeah.
I should get credit just for turning it in.
Yeah, it was. I was an asshole.
Something that the new generation will never know anything about, but I remember doing book reports back when I was in school and having to take the book and like photocopy the pages. You remember that?
Yep.
That's something that people today don't have any clue about because they're just like screenshot. But I remember going through like encyclopedias or going to the library and having to, make copies of these pages and like highlight the parts that I wanted to use in my report. And so the moral of the story is appreciate your technology.
Seriously.
Times have changed. Yeah.
Listen,
abuse the fuck out of it. Appreciate it and abuse it.
So, I'm old enough to remember when all my reports were handwritten. There was no typing. It was all handwritten. And
but you know what's crazy now? Like I've kids that are going through, they did the virtual thing and like we're just handed a laptop and whatever. And you got parents out there bitching, oh, they don't teach cursive anymore. It's like, bitch, they don't teach keyboarding. Like when is the next time that a kid is going to be able to like, oh, let me write a capital F in cursive? My kids have never even taken a keyboarding class and they're in school on keyboards. You're like, come on, man. Time to like, it's crazy.
Put your big.
So I have a little.
Go ahead.
I have a little story for you. So, and it brings up kind of a good point with cursive. So, like when you need it to like write a check, right? Like you need to sign your name.
Right.
So this person didn't even know like how to like sign their name, and they were just so used to typing everything out and again, and it was just like it's sad because I don't know. I think that's an important trait or like an important thing to have.
You still have to sign your name on a contract, even if you don't write checks. Like I have checks. My children have never had checks, but you still have to sign your name. Like you have to do a wet contract, where you're signing your name with an actual pen. And my kids are 18 months apart. My daughter learned cursive. My son did not. And his handwriting is atrocious to begin with. So I just had to tell him, just scribble your name across the page. That'll work. And he's like, I don't understand what you mean by that. And I'm like, that's what's wrong with not teaching him cursive. He doesn't even understand what I'm trying to suggest. I'm like, I don't need you to learn the whole alphabet. Just scribble your name. What does that mean? What do you mean? Scribble it across the page.
When I was a kid, I signed everything. I used to sell my signature on the school bus to anybody that would buy it for like 25 cents.
Oh my God.
And I would do the like, I'm going to be really famous someday, and think about how great of an investment this is. 25 cents now.
Now
for a
look at you,
signature.
Jay.
I was gonna say, can you imagine if somebody still had that?
I might have one friend, I think, that I suckered into buying it that very well may have it. She's got a lot of that old shit, but by the way, it's not worth shit. It's actually worth less than 25 cents at
Oh
this
my
point.
goodness.
So
I don't think
bad
so,
investment.
Jay.
Should have bought crypto.
I don't think it was available then, but okay. Anyway.
You can
So
get some boob bucks.
What did you ladies watch this week?
Harlem.
Okay, you watch I was gonna say, you watched that much TV, huh?
Not a lot, but I did watch a couple things.
I started on
Go ahead.
The Last of Us.
Okay, good.
First episode. That's
but I see a look of disappointment in your face.
Okay, so it wasn't a look of disappointment. It was
okay.
So I put it on as background noise because I'm having to move things in my house, and like I'm doing like a deep cleaning and stuff. And so I put it on as background noise, and I was actually disappointed in myself because I wanted to watch it, and I was kind of watching it. And the part that interested me is like they were talking about when they play certain genres of music, that's like a specific like message. And I remember hearing something like, they were playing something about Wake Me Up Before You Go or whatever. And he was like, 80s, that means we're in trouble. And I was just like, okay. So I wanted to go watch it, but then I was like, I have to start from the beginning. So
fair enough.
I'm gonna sit down and make it a point to watch it and not turn it on as background noise, because I kind of felt like I disrespected the show.
Whoops.
Yeah. So
yeah,
but it looked really interesting.
I'm still trying to work on it. Every like I don't know. Let's say there's 6 episodes. I've probably seen 3.5 of the 6. It's a struggle. This is truly a slow burn, like slow motion burn. And I'm wondering if we're going to get to the point before the end of the season.
Maybe not.
See what I'm saying?
Stay tuned.
I had some really high hopes, and it has definitely like it's not quick.
True. The last episode, though, again, they had some surprises. So
I couldn't get past the first 10 minutes of the last episode.
No, at the end it was really good.
Yeah, I couldn't.
At the end of the episode. Yeah, and you're laughing because I might be saying that over and over again. I've been saying.
Well, I tell you what, I may just fast forward to the end of the episode, because I'm telling you, it was nap time on the beginning, straight up nap time, and I'm like, this little girl, she needs a black mom to kick her ass because she is out of control. She needs somebody to like give her something, you know. I'm just saying. I like all of that energy, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, like the episodes I've sat through, I feel like I have to sit on my hands because I want to reach through the screen and like
shake her. Well, okay. I was gonna say, wait till you see this recent one, because she does. She sees somebody.
Okay,
but
well,
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm
gonna scroll to the end, because if I have to sit through the whole thing, I'm not getting to the end. So we're just gonna scroll on through, like last 15, 20 minutes. What we talking?
Yeah, I would say that maybe.
Okay, all right.
Casey gave it the thumbs down.
That's okay.
I'm giving it this,
and I respect that.
It's this.
I respect it. It's not for everybody. It's not. It has an acquired taste.
It reminds me of this show that we saw, I want to say last year, where it was like they caught the virus and the lady was hiding the guy in the basement, or vice versa. He was hiding her. Or maybe it was a movie, and then they ended up going to the forest. I don't remember. It just gives me those like vibes. I don't remember what the show was.
Okay. Well, on a lighter note, I watched a really goofy movie called We Have a Ghost on Netflix.
Ooh.
If you, here's why I watched it. I can't think of the guy's name, black guy. So this black family moves into this really creepy old house. And like literally the first day they're there, their young son encounters a ghost in the attic. And as you would expect with any movie with black people and haunted stuff, dude was like videotaping, he's laughing at the ghost, and the ghost is trying to be like, ooh, and the kid is like, and he's busy recording the whole thing, and the ghost gets even closer, and the kid falls out, and and like the ghost is like, okay, this ain't working. It's entertaining and it's weird at the same time because and I don't know why I can't think of this guy's name, but like they literally capitalize on the fact that there's a ghost in the house, and they were able to record this ghost. They post it up on social media, like the numbers go crazy. They get all of this, attention over the ghost. There's one scene that I absolutely love where they've got like this medium, and the ghost shows up and freaks everybody out, and including the medium, who initially thought it was all fake. I mean, I haven't got through the whole thing, but it's just in and of itself that just that much of it, I have to admit, I tee-hee-heed over some of the stuff and just was like, y'all got black people to do this? Really? It's interesting. But it's entertaining.
Anthony Mackie?
Yes, thank you. That's it. Anthony Mackie.
Mm-hmm. So is it a show or is it a movie?
It's a movie. It's a movie.
Okay.
And honestly, I watched it because of him. I've seen the little promo piece, and I just was like, no, not my thing. No, not my thing. And then finally I was like, screw it. They got Anthony Mackie to do it. Let me check it out. At the time, I couldn't remember his name, so thank you, Desiree. I just kept saying, they got him to do it. Let me see what this foolishness is. And
gotta be worth something.
Right. Yeah. And I was just like, okay.
He's a good actor.
Exactly. Right. That's what you think, right? Yeah, it's probably a big payday because it's a Netflix. It's not a Marvel, so it's not quite that money, but it's still Netflix money.
True.
And
you won't say no to that.
I think it's doing decent on Netflix because it's entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's in the top 10.
Yeah, right. So Kari, if you're looking for background, that's good background. Okay.
Yeah, I am definitely on a paranormal hiatus.
Oh, you'll love this. You'll love this.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it. But I'm on a paranormal hiatus.
The reason why I think you'll love it is because it scratches that itch without being like real paranormal.
Okay.
I can't tell you on air, but I can just tell you, paranormal for me is on hiatus. I don't want to say forever. I'm just gonna say
for now.
Yeah, for now.
Okay. All right.
But I will watch We Have a Ghost because it sounds very.
She finally realized that it's not real.
Like wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Because it's like the search for Sasquatch. Trust me, you'd fucking hear it if they found him. Like you're not gonna hear about it one time that you happen to be on like the Discovery Channel or Lifetime or whatever those things are. It's like I think it'll be on the 6 o'clock news.
It better be, along with the UFOs and all that stuff.
The distractions. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So,
that's a conspiracy.
The UFOs? That's my favorite.
The UFOs.
What about you, Desiree?
Yeah, I watched Game of Thrones up to season 5. I finished that.
And what do you think?
So it's pretty good. I like it. It's kind of weird, but I like the different factions fighting each other. I kind of like that vibe, and I like the old school, like they're jumping on a horse, like knights, and there's maidens and all these people, the White Walkers, and I was like, who are these people? And they're just like death. It's like the Death Clan. They like come back to life as like skeletons and stuff, and it's so eerie, but it's amazing. And yeah, I'm enjoying the story though so far. I really like it. I'm glad that I kind of watched the Dragon show though before that, because now I'm seeing like Khaleesi, I think her name is. Yeah, with the dragons now, and it's kind of neat, and it's sad, and it's emotional, like sad and happy, mixed feelings, Yeah. But it's really good. It's a good show. So far, so good. I'm gonna watch the other. I'm not gonna I don't think I'm gonna watch it when I go back home, but when I come back, hopefully we'll get to finish the rest of it. Because there's 9 seasons or something, I think.
8 or 9.
There's a lot. 8 or 9.
Yeah.
So
cool.
I watched the season finale of Harlem. I didn't know it was the season finale when I watched it, so I was really disappointed. I kind of knew because the ending was like that. What's next? And then I go and I look online and I'm like, because they allude to the fact that someone's pregnant. Now,
don't say too much because I haven't.
I don't know. We don't know who's pregnant. They allude
but
to the fact.
But I'm saying in terms of the last episode, I started it. I haven't finished it yet.
Well, I was gonna say, like in the episodes leading up to this episode, they were going through like discussing fertility and the one that Ty, who is a professed lesbian, is like, I don't know if I ever want kids, but then they convince her to freeze her eggs because they're like, you may decide to have kids in the future. So yeah, and then it was interesting like watching like two of them are going through this whole like, will I have kids? Do I even want kids? And then the other two are just kind of like oblivious, like, I could give two shits about it. But yeah, it was just really interesting to watch. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I really like the show. Like, and it's when we talked about it being like the kind of like Sex in the City.
Yeah.
I was thinking like which one would be which character, and ironically I kind of felt like Angie is Charlotte and Samantha because she's kind of dingy, but she's also the hoe of the group. So
I love her character. It's so free.
You gotta watch the episode. That's all I'm gonna say.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. You gotta watch the episode. It's good. It's really good, and it's surprising. Like, yeah, it's just I don't want to give anything away, but yeah, I like the whole like. Well, the storyline, like now that you have put that out there, Casey, everything is like, okay, yes, this is very much like Sex in the City because the things that Camila is going through is what Sarah Jessica Parker's character went through. What's her name? Kari. And she went through the thing where she was Mr. Big, and then she was with Aiden, and she's always had this like going back to Mr. Big. I feel like that's the same dynamic that they're building with Ian and Camille, which that part irritates me because it's like I hate when they take like big chunks of like a other show and make it obvious, but I don't know. It is still interesting to watch how she navigates the situation. And then of course, the one that played Kitty Boo Boo. I love her.
Yeah.
I absolutely love her, and I love her character, and I love that, she's sharing her vulnerability and showing that even though she's comes from a family of wealth and she has great friends and like a thriving business, she is struggling with mental health, and it's very refreshing to see the stuff that really happens in our lives being played with characters that I just don't like when people try to make things look too perfect and there's no realistic aspect to. I mean, I want to be entertained, but at the same time I don't want to be taken to so far out of reality that when I go back to reality I'm confused, you know what I mean? So it's nice to see that true like reality aspect and the things that we're going through. So yeah,
it's funny that you make mention of Kitty Boo Boo and her storyline, because thinking back on the gay pride or the pride episode, And I mean, girlfriend, when you talk about, her and her mental health, she was on the most intense roller coaster ever. I mean, she said and did some things that you were like, "Oh, girl, that's not who you are. What are you doing? Why are you saying those things?" I mean, and I was very taken aback. And like, I think the moment in the episode where she sees her mom is at a free hugs table, and she goes over and is talking to her mom, and she says to her mom, "Can I get a hug?" And her mom is like, "No, I hug you all the time. I'll hug you later." And when she walks away with Ty, she's like, she ain't gonna hug me, right? I'm like, damn, that's messed up. That is so messed up. And it's said so matter of factly. It was sort of a joke, but at the same time, if you watch the show, she's dead serious about that. Her mom is not hugging her. And yeah, like I said, when you said what you said, Kari, it took me right back to that moment, because I felt for her. Kitty Boo Boo she can get pushed off a building in a heartbeat as far as I'm concerned. But in that moment, I wanted to give her a hug. I wanted to tell her, "Baby, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right."
Well, the writers have done a fantastic job of like showing, like they've been like each episode, it started when the Vogue thing, when they were asking her about her happiness and that kind of thing, and she broke down. And then the next situation, like she's been displaying signs that everything is not okay, even though she's really trying to like put on this image that everything is okay. And I think that's really like the telltale, like that's the part that makes it so interesting and real, and for me refreshing, because it's not like one day someone just, I mean, sometimes that is the case. One thing happens and people just snap, but ultimately they're showing this has been an ongoing. When she said, "I need you, I'm not okay," and then everyone's just kind of going on with their lives, and here she is still having to deal with the collateral damage of this relationship that she has with her mother that is obviously extremely unhealthy and very detrimental to her mental health. And then going into the situation where she's not sure whether she's bisexual, whether she's gay. She doesn't even know what she. And it's also a testament to the fact that she's so lost personally. And it's been nice to watch that. And I love her as an actress anyways. By the way, she's pregnant. Not on the show, but in real life. And I love that she's married to the guy that she was the son, what's his name on the show? Andre.
Right.
The one that had mental health issues.
Yeah. Ironic, right?
Yes. And they're such a cute couple. But yeah, I've been watching that and really just like feeling like I like seeing, I want to see reality, but I want to be entertained, if that makes any sense.
And and to expound on that even further, her parents are Caribbean, and if there's anything about Caribbean culture, homosexuality is a no. In Black culture, mental health issue is a no. So her character has put all of those things out in the forefront for everyone to really kind of say, "Ooh, that's I think that's me." I mean, it couldn't have been more extreme, because she's also, think about this too, Kari, she's also the most put together of the four. The reason they're not paying her any attention is because she's always the one who's got her shit together as far as they're concerned. The other three it's accepted that they're a mess. And she's always the one who's well put together. So in her little clique, she's the straight one. She's the one who's got her shit together. She's Caribbean. So none of the things that she's going through are a part of their culture, which is a part of why her mother just glosses right over all of it. And it is also a part of why, like you said, Kari, she's got these challenges. She's, that her mother loves her, but also puts so much pressure on her that love is lost in her world, you know, in the world she lives in, her Americanized world, that is all sort of, you know. So yeah, I love me some Kitty Boo Boo in this. She's definitely, her character has a lot of depth to it just because of all those layers.
Agreed. Also, the relationship with Camille and her mother, like just showing how like people go through shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not all roses and
Roses.
lilacs and tulips. So yeah, good show.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty much all I watched. Yeah, I've been in a kind of a like weird space entertainment wise. I watch a lot of like Bailey Sarian on YouTube. She does murder, mystery, and makeup Mondays. And so I've been watching her stuff where she talks about different, you know, stories within true crime while she does her makeup. So she does amazing makeup, and it's interesting to hear her like storytelling, because some of the stuff I've heard about, like obviously being a true crime junkie, but the way that she tells the story is just fascinating for me. So I've been watching a lot of her stuff.
So yeah, well, I watched Your Honor this weekend, where
I want to watch that so bad.
oh, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. This particular episode was really, really interesting. And I was I was telling Lorenzo, I had this aha moment. If you're so, I don't know, have you seen it, Desiree?
No,
No.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
So there's a character in this show. It's a young girl, young woman, I guess you can say. And in the first episode, she got herself involved with this judge's son. Turns out the son killed her brother in a car accident. It was a hit and run. Yeah, I know. Crazy. Because this is the second episode that happened. I mean, the second season that happened in the first season. And so in the second season, because I don't want to tell you everything because I want you to watch it because it's really good. So in the second season, she comes up pregnant and she shares with the judge, her baby daddy, that, you know, she had this baby. This is your son's baby. La la la. And so, you know, the episodes have been really great because there's all these stories going on. You know, they're sort of a mafioso type family down in you know, Louisiana. And I had this aha moment because the girl is at odds with her parents and her family. She doesn't want to deal with them. And she made a comment to this priest about, you know, where does a 17-year-old girl with a pet? And I'm like, oh my God, she's 17. Holy cow. That means she's probably was around 16 when she got pregnant with this baby. And her baby daddy dead after, you know, as a result of having killed her brother. What kind of psychological foolishness is that going to lead to? Because, you know, and that's just one storyline. This past episode, it touched like 5 storylines, and it is so good. It is so good. It's what's his name? Cranston. Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay.
Bryan Cranston, is that his name? Bryan Cranston, whatever. Yeah, it's so good. He is so good. He is brilliant.
He's the one that plays the Your Honor, right?
Yeah. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now that, Kari, that is not a background type thing, because if you put it on as background, you're gonna sit down to go, wait, what they just say? Yeah. So it's not but definitely put it on your list for when you've got the time to just sit and watch. And the first season was good, but the second season equally, if not better.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Desiree, what else have you been watching?
Did you guys watch a little bit of You yet? Did you get into it? No? Okay.
Where's that at?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think what season were they on? I think we were talking about it last time too.
We did. Season 3 or 4.
Yeah, but it's good. I think in the new episode he finds the chick that he's looking for, so should be super exciting.
Let the stalking begin.
Yeah, stalker mode activated.
Oh my gosh. So I did watch Snowfall and BMF. And they're kind of like the same genre. So Snowfall is definitely I like Snowfall, even though I think they're saying that this is the last season.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you. That's what I thought I heard.
Yeah, they're gonna finish out the finale. So it's interesting because the girlfriend of Franklin is pregnant, and she used to be a con artist, smuggler, launderer, the whole 9 yards. But obviously she got into banking and real estate and became, and left that lifestyle behind. But now that Franklin is at odds with his brother or uncle and the uncle's wife, he's basically turning to her and is like, listen, I need you to do this for me because we don't know who we can trust and we need to, handle some business. And, at first she's like, nope, I'm not helping you. And then she comes around and she's like, all right, this is what we got to do, And he's like, I mean, I'm coming to you because you're my girl and this is what you're good at. And, I know this is not what you intended to do, especially while you're carrying my child, but, who else can I trust? And at this point, trusting the wrong person can be fatal and definitely nothing good for our future. He's trying to make sure that the kid has something to be born to. Cause right now, at the end of last season, he was robbed and, the uncle and the uncle's wife did him super dirty. And so revenge is on. So it's been interesting watching the dynamics of and watching Franklin go from that family trust to I just don't give a fuck anymore. And he's always been like, I'm going to do what I have to do. But, Uncle Rome has been his ride or die. And just listening to the dynamics of the situation about how Franklin's like, y'all wouldn't even be in this situation had I not included you in the beginning. So, it goes to show you don't bite the hand that feeds you. We could have just all been cool. And, she had dreams. I don't think had he not married the wife or if she wasn't in the picture, I don't think Jerome would have ever thought to, step outside and do his own thing. I think he always would have been ride or die for the family. But he's got this chick who dreams of being, a kingpin or queen pin, which, there's always somebody who has to come in and fuck shit up, and that would be her. And
That's piece of me
doesn't like her. Nope. And another piece of me is like, right on. So it's nice. So pulling in different directions because a part of me is like, yeah, she's a real boss and I value, I recognize and value that. But at the same time, a part of me is like, you wouldn't be here had Franklin not given you this opportunity. So, and, I understand breaking off and doing your own thing, but don't come back and fuck me over in the process. You know what I mean?
True.
I don't know. No loyalty, none. And this is in the 80s. So,
that's especially true then. Yeah.
But it's just interesting because even the mom has been reluctant, all along. She was like, oh, I hate that you're doing this. I hate that you're selling drugs and I don't want your dirty money. And now because the mom has a vendetta against Teddy or whatever the fuck his name is, the one that killed the dad, she's on a mission. And she's basically like, do whatever you have to do, kill whoever you have to kill. As long as we can get to this guy and I can face him and I can, kill him myself. And I'm just like, damn, Ma. Talk about a 180. So, but
it'd be like that sometime.
I heard there's a new season of Bel Air coming, or is it already out?
A what?
Bel Air?
Remember Fresh Prince? There's a new season of Bel Air coming out. At least according to TikTok. I don't know how worthy that. Well, it's an actual commercial, but yeah, They're bringing it back.
Ad, yeah. So I just didn't know if it was already out already or if it was coming.
So I haven't seen it, but I've seen the commercials for it. So
okay.
I did. That was a surprise for me because I thought after the debacle from last year, I thought it was game over because they just like stopped. They just took it off the air. Like they just was like pulled the plug, and then I was like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing. So when they do stuff like that, I just assume like, okay, well, finito, and then they're like, oh, on the new season of the new Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm like, what? Okay, I liked it, so I'm excited to see it.
Same.
Okay. So,
yeah.
Are we anywhere near the end of the show? I have totally lost track of.
We still got 10 minutes. Kate just like pull the plug.
I'm like, no, I just lost track. Okay, so then if we've got 10 minutes, I wanna talk about something that I started watching. When How to Get Away with Murder first came out, I watched it.
Right.
I liked it. Enjoyed it. I thought it was crazy. I thought it was wild and all over the place. You know, Shonda Rhimes has a style about her. So I recently started watching it again. So in the first couple of episodes of the first season, I hit a scene that like threw me. And it was Annalise with her husband, and they were in their room, and she was basically going at it with him. And she made this statement about him, and forgive me because I don't remember exactly what her words were, but it was something to the effect of, you know, having had sex with this, you know, like white trash or young white girl or whatever, something along those lines, right? And I was like, "Ooh, okay." And then his response to her was like fighting words to me, because I was like, "This motherfucker did not." He said something to the effect of that she wouldn't want her friends to know what kind of dirty, nasty sex that she has, that he knew from the first day he met her that he was going to do her, and that she was into rough sex. And at the time he had his hands on her neck and had her pinned up against the wall. And I just sat there like, oh my God, why don't I remember this? I mean, and understand, like all these thoughts were rolling through my head. Like, first of all, I didn't necessarily appreciate her comments because I'm like, okay, that really was totally unnecessary. But then his response back, it was the actual words that came out his mouth, I thought were harsh. The implied things that he said, I, was like greatly offended by. And I thought to myself, this happened in the first season. I don't fucking remember any of that. I don't even remember it being a big deal. But I feel like now, if that show had been aired and he had said all those things, social media would have lost their mind over all of that. It
blew up.
Oh my God.
It's weird when you rewatch things, how you catch something that you didn't catch before. Yeah.
I had to pause it and walk away for a minute because I was like, y'all are both out of fucking control right now, okay? Because neither one of y'all should have said any of what you just said. But I can't believe this was on TV. Privately, I can see that happening, but y'all put that on TV. And then I'm reminding myself, this was written by an African American woman. So I'm like, what the hell were you thinking, girlfriend? Like, is this some personal experience we are reliving on screen? Because it was intense. It was harsh. The scene was intense because she basically baited him. So when he pushed her up against the wall and had his hand wrapped around her neck. I was like,
she was probably loving it because that's what she likes.
According to him, that's what she likes, right?
But that is what she likes because remember she was messing with the officer, the police officer.
That's what I was gonna say. They had that fight, and she left. She walked out. Oh, because she also, when he had his hand around her neck and he was talking all that trash, she was like, "Go ahead, kill me. That's what you want to do, right? Kill me." I'm like, what? And then she walks out the house, gets in her car, and she goes and finds the officer. I'm like, ain't this about a bitch? What the hell? How was this on? And it's on the network that kicked Ellen off for coming out on the show. Meanwhile, now that you have kicked her off the network, you go ahead and let these people do all this crazy behind stuff. Way worse, in my opinion, than Ellen coming out. And because, as far as you knew, that was her character. That wasn't literally her.
Right.
Anyway.
I'm glad you got that off your chest, Casey. You feel like you're like 20 pounds lighter now.
I do. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that because that was really bugging the hell out of me.
You're listening and watching Boob Tube therapy session.
Love it.
We would answer your questions in the comments. However, we will be there in comment. We may not be there live, so we can't say it on the thing. But feel free to share your therapeutic moments. But we're nearing the end of the show. This is the part where we give you all the fun stuff like our pink boxes and everything and get ready to shut things down. We appreciate while you're here looking at our social medias and all that kind of stuff.
Looking at our pink boxes.
Follow. What was that?
I said they're looking at our pink boxes. How naughty.
Love it.
They might like it rough too. So hit those really hard. Click them. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and share. Go back and watch our previous episodes. And we want to hear from you guys on social media. We want to see you down in the comments. And we want to see you next week, Wednesday.
And we want to see you at EXXXOTICA.
Well, yeah. That too. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesdays. Keep it locked and loaded. April 21st to 23rd in Chicago, Illinois will be the first 2023 EXXXOTICA and the 50th show. So definitely stay tuned for that. Also, July 14th.
Smoke weed every day.
That part right
Okay,
there.
we'll just skip to 420. Nothing says shut up like just put it on the next one. So no, that's all good. They can read. Screenshot, save that information.
Weed every day.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next week. Same time.
Smoke weed every day. Channel.
Our operator back there is having one of those Tourette's moments. But see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Back to you, Jay.